the story was there's famine amongst our people, and there was people dying. There's fear, and the elderly men asked this young man to go on a hill and pray for some guidance, pray for some protection, pray for some help. And as he was up there, and of course the ceremony is called Hambalat Shea, cry for vision. And after a while you understand what that is when you see and feel the need to cry, because when that happens, we say the Creator's touched you. The Creator's touched you and loves you for offering yourself to get closer to Him. It's like putting a step, one of your feet in the spiritual world and the other foot in this world as we know it. And it's a commitment. One of our 7 ceremonies. It's really one of the most awesome or dynamic ceremonies because you're by yourself. No one's with you. You see no one sees you. And of course, along with it comes the fasting. Well, this young man, while he was up there, and he went past the hunger and somewhat the fear. I mean, you never get past the thirst, by the way. He began his prayers, and the tears started coming up because the Creator touched him, let him know that I'm here with you, I'm here for you, grandson. And where his tears hit the ground over the course of the 2 days or day or so, he noticed where his tears hit the ground was dry because there was nothing growing, there was a famine. And up grew a little plant. And during his time up there, as miracles have it, it grew where he could recognize it. So when he got done and he went back down to the hill, from the hill, he told the elders what he had experienced. And that was one of the many things that he had experienced. And their interpretation was that this plant is going to someday be a part of a teaching that the Creator is going to bring to us. And they said, Hakoja, you always have to remember what that plant looks like. You described it to us, but because you were shown, because that happened to you while you were up there, the opportunity, the responsibility is yours. It's a spiritual, it's a special one. And what that ended up being, long story short, I apologize for cutting it short like this, it was what we call chashasha, the red willow tobacco, is what that little plant was. And of course, it's used in the chanupa today, what the books call peace pipe, what we call our pipe, chanupa. That's what we use in there. It's prepared a certain way. You scrape the red bark off, and there's another layer of bark that you scrape and you dry, and that's what you put into the pipe. And of course, there's no chemicals in it or anything. It's natural. It grows abundantly throughout the Dakotas, and through that, of course, use of putting it in the chanupa. When you're going to give somebody tobacco, they call it opari. Opari, and then ask for all of your help, your spiritual help, your mental help, your physical help. And you're respecting that person's being, the physical, spiritual, mental. And that person that accepts it is saying, I can help you. Whatever it is that you're asking, I can do that. And you've honored me. So in turn, what that person is doing is saying, Creator, one of my relatives, one of your creation is asking for help. You've shown me something, you've taught me some things, and Creator, help me to share with what it is that my relative is asking. And although today we encourage our young people to use the chashasha, a lot of them are doing it now. But at the same time, until we all get to that point, it still works, whatever kind of tobacco it is, because it's come from Ujimaka. We see it used in all kinds of ceremonies, and we especially encourage our young people to use the chashasha and the chanupa. Don't use the chemically laden tobacco, in the chanupa. You can use it if you need to in other ways, and sometimes it's hard for relatives to get that. We understand that, and like I say, there's no rules. It's just respect each other and how we can help each other, and we encourage that. But likewise, like I said, if you have just a regular tobacco, when you offer that to somebody, what you're saying is, I need your help spiritually, I need your help mentally, and physically. And there's an awesome connection there. And the receiver of that gets that help. It's becoming a way of life, again, if you will, for a lot of our relatives. It was that way of life for elders when we began to relearn our Lakota ways, when it was legal to do so back in the late 70s. They kept that, as I said earlier. It was underground, but they kept that. So we in turn share that in the simplest way that we can. And at the same time, if somebody offers a tobacco to you and you can't do it, with that honesty, you say, my friend, I don't know how to do that, but I'll take you to somebody that can. If you want me to do that, I'll accept your tobacco to take you to somebody that can and will help you. So it's just about respect and being honest, to what it is you're being asked to do. So there's that spiritual connection, if you will, and that's what we say, wo Lakota. We want to live in that way all the time. We want to walk in a prayerful way. We want to recognize our relatives every day in that way. So that's essentially, in its simplest way, as I can explain it, why we use tobacco. And like I said, it's not, we encourage to use chashasha, but if it's not there, that's okay too. Because there's always been misunderstanding of that our Lakota ways are really promoting cigarette smoking, and cigarette smoking causes cancer. But you always don't have to smoke the tobacco that's given to you. You can make it into a prayer flag. You can make it into tobacco ties, and you don't have to smoke those. But it's just that spiritual connection that you seek and desire. So, yellow.